Jarl of Goats here with part 3 of our episode 1 campaign, and our players have just narrowly dodged the disastrous event of a dud. How you all feeling about it so far?
Awesome.
Yeah, I was so like sitting there. Viator's like, but I have the thermite, and I'm like, come on, man, just don't rules lawyer this crap. Just go with it. It's funny.
I didn't use any rules. You got on my case earlier about all the things that you'd forgotten, and I'm like, I have a thermite.
Yeah, no, actually, props to you on that. Props to you on that.
Yeah.
Before you guys,
everything else, but I have the thermite.
So we're going to say that Grod slams shut the door. Crisis is averted, sort of. You do see outside one of the viewports this paper bag flask floating around, and then out of the paper bag, it looks like a little plastic card kind of flies out of it as well, as it just goes off into nothingness. And
what a waste.
And immediately you are being hailed by a ship that is approaching yours. It's a smaller ship.
It's smaller. Smaller?
Smaller ship. So who's taking the pilot seat?
I got it.
All right, who's taking co-pilot?
That's the R5.
Well, I mean the seat. R5's sitting in his little cubby hole.
Yeah, I'll take the seat unless...
Go here.
Yeah,
right.
There's no one else to sit in it, baby. I'm taking that seat.
Grod, are you going to move up to the turret?
Oh yeah, if there's danger around, yeah.
And
I'm gonna head straight
Viatar,
to the
do you want to head back to sensors and engineering?
Yeah, we'll do sensors and engineering while Bodrak is back there messing with engineering.
Yeah, and actually he's patching up some of the cabling. He has no idea what was going on. He's just like...
Sorry, homeboy gets on me.
But as soon as you head up, you look at the sensors and you see it's a ship with the designation Moldy Crow approaching.
DM Jam will turn on the communicator and go, yes?
Hi, it's Kyle. If you two are done messing around, I would like to have my Wookiee back.
Well, we're a little busy right now.
Oh, I know that. I am coming to you, and I am picking him up, and he and I are getting the heck out of here. He kind of looks at the cruisers heading over their way, and he's like, my guess is you've got 2 minutes before they come in firing range of the station.
I'm gonna... Can I jump in here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanna... we're not in visual communication, right? We're just audio.
No, he's approaching you. You guys weren't that far from the hangar, so he's got it like on the vid screen. You can see his face.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna give him that knowing look that I have a way of giving, and I'm gonna say, why don't you give us a hand, and I'll promise I'll make it worth your while. And yeah,
he holds his finger up and he goes, you know what? I would love to, but I've always been taught by my parents never to take offers from a man without a shirt.
Oh, I put my robe back on.
No, your robe is on the tram.
Oh, no.
You clearly described yourself going up the ladder shirtless.
No. I had it pulled down around my belt. And then
you've got it back on. That makes sense. It'd be funnier otherwise, but
I'm gonna put my clothes behind, man. I know I'm good looking, but
doing the talking.
He's actually, based on the previous encounter with him, he's pretty much helped you as much as he's willing to help you.
Fair enough. Okay.
I would allow you to make a charm check against a daunting roll if you really want to press your luck, and give me your last light side point.
That's all right, brother. I'll let him go. I just didn't really want to mess with dealing with giving him his Wookiee right now. Is the problem, but we can handle problems, man.
Yeah, so the Moldy Crow kind of flies alongside and docks right underneath you.
Bodrak, your ride's here.
Bergerock just sets everything down and he just wipes his brow and moseys on out. A little hatch below that you guys were previously located at opens up. And you see Kyle looking up as the Wookiee's climbing down, and he goes, by the way, you guys really should be careful with the space litter. I ran into a blanket and a bottle of alcohol on my way over here.
Well, you gotta jettison some of that stuff before you take off, right?
I guess. The Wookiee comes down and he's like, hey, here. And he kind of pushes his communications device.
I'll say, yes, my friend.
Good luck and may the Force be with you.
I'll say, yes, perhaps our paths will cross again, my friend. Farewell.
He looks at the Wookiee and the Wookiee like shakes his head, no, like, and he's like, probably not a good idea. And he cuts the comms. The door to seal, the Moldy Crow books and heads off in the opposite direction, but now you guys have to outrun some cruisers. So, I'm going to need a piloting check at average difficulty because these are cruisers. They are going slow. The intention of this is to see if you can get out of the station's range before they get within the station's range and start opening fire.
Okay.
Meanwhile, anybody else can do things like they could try to jam sensors. They could roll an astrogation and prepare the hyperspace drive. It's entirely up to you guys.
That would be the droid be pulling that off, but anyway.
Yeah, man,
but he's got to roll
my
it.
standard recon and scout and just give a boost on that pilot check. If you just want to let me go before the pilot, as long as that's not going to put a cruiser coming at us soon. So
honestly, you can go ahead, but you've got 2 minutes.
Yeah, so I'll just say, I'll look around at the number of cruisers and their positioning, and I'll say, head away from the cruisers, maybe. I'll say,
if you want to give them a boost, how about you roll a knowledge warfare?
It's that.
Or you could use one of the combat reference sheets.
Yeah, I have.
Or maybe you can just use his leadership.
That's what I was going for. The one I was doing last time is I have my
well, that gives a bonus to the gunner.
Right here.
That particular one.
Oh, that's only for shooting?
Yep, that's... Yeah. So if you want to roll a knowledge warfare, you could guide Damn Jam and say, based on their formation, we should go this way.
Well, I'll do that because I already wasted everybody's time talking all this nonsense. What is that going to be against?
Just 2 purple. If you succeed, I'll give Damn Jam a boost die.
Good deal. Let me get down to let me do this without closing roll 20.
And then I'll need somebody to roll an astrogation as the droid, and I'll give you a bonus.
Okay.
And you have to tell me where you want to go.
Yeah, where are we going?
That's a good question.
1 minute and 30 seconds. All right, here.
Yeah.
You point, you figure out their trajectory, and I'm going to give you an option. You could take a strain, or the ship can take a strain.
I'll take it myself because
Okay,
we're going to
now.
need that strain, baby. I'll take that.
If I will actually go ahead and mark the strain for you on your character.
Thank you so much, dude. I'll have a mouse next game. I promise.
So whenever you want to do this, anybody, you just click on your token, and then you go up to the green circle, which is your strain, and you just press +1. There we go. I gave here a strain, and that will reflect on his sheet.
Okay.
Damn Jam, you do get a boost die on your piloting. So the pilot can go now. Viatar, if you want to roll an astrogation and get a boost die from your droid unit, you can do that.
Boom, baby!
Yes, sir.
Damn Jam's back!
I want you to describe to me how, with finesse, you go from being upside down around. How do you get out of the range of the station and also the range of the cruisers? Do you head towards them and then bank off at the last minute? How do you get them away from the space station?
Are we facing towards the cruisers, the front end of the ship, or is it...
It's the back end is facing. But if you fly away, they'll have to fly towards the station to get to you.
Oh, okay. So, Damn Jam realizing that the station's in deep trouble if they don't get out of there, he's going to try his best to get them as far away as possible before they make the jump. So, what he will do is, still flying upside down, he'll crank it to where it turns... He's not going directly at them. He's... Like, the ships are coming this way. He's going at this angle from them.
All right, so he's
trying to
towards
get
the
them
gas giant.
Or can I go the opposite way?
You can go the opposite way.
Yeah, okay.
You're just going to be fighting the gravity.
Okay, that's fine. He'll fly away to pull them off away from the station and follow them, but not to go into the gas giant. And as he's making that turn, he will, with finesse, just flip it back up on its upright and just punch it.
All right, nice. I'm actually going to say that they're going to try to get a shot off because you're close, even flying remotely close to them. Damn!
Where are we
Viatar,
going?
where are we going?
Hey, Chris,
Viatar,
Yeah.
where are we going?
pop open your Facebook real quick.
Pop open Facebook real quick. Okay, give me just a second.
You've got 1 minute.
Yep.
I got it. Boom. All right, I got it.
You get my message?
I'm picking it up right now. We could. It's going to be awfully dangerous.
Uh,
We could try it.
Oh Lord, we're going somewhere we don't want to go now, baby. Let's do that. That sounds fun. Whatever.
You've got
Let's
the
do it.
astrogation for it. It's
Yeah,
going to be
we
a
got-
dangerous
We
flight.
got to
but
go somewhere. They didn't say where to go. Let's
Okay.
do it. I don't
I was
even
gonna say, I don't care where we go. Let's just get out of
Okay.
here.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's me. That's me too, Grod. I'm with you, man.
all right, where are we going?
We're going to Kessel, baby.
All right, you guys. Oh my God, you guys are going to Kessel. So,
Oh,
damn. Can I get from somebody? Do you guys want to spend a light side to make the dreadnoughts difficulty of hitting you harder, or are you pretty satisfied with their difficulty at the range? Very extreme.
I need to do one thing with the sensors.
You're too busy. This is all happening simultaneously. Somebody else is
Okay,
gonna have
and
to do
you said
something.
the activation for the droid.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. I forgot you had a droid unit. Go ahead. What are you gonna do with the sensors?
I'm gonna bounce our signal off of the radio control towers on the station. So our actual ship signature is gonna bounce.
So what action are you doing?
I'm gonna use the mechanics.
Yeah, but what action? What starship action? Are you trying to?
Okay. That would be on ship sensors, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
jamming. It's probably gonna have the same effect as jamming. Because what
Okay.
you're actually doing is not mechanical. What you're doing is computers.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the computers and okay. So I need a pitch for difficulty then.
Yeah, you just need to do 2 purple,
2 purple.
and then whatever you'll do, it will give them. So their difficulty will increase for each additional 2 successes after the first.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay,
the-
so hang on.
Whoa.
Hey,
What
we can
was
take
that?
it.
Try it again.
Okay.
that is the craziest roll, man.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
my Lord.
Go ahead and roll it one more time.
I like that roll.
What am I even seeing?
Oh, I like
Oh,
that
even
one
better.
better.
Good God.
All right, guys, you have fun. I'm gonna go and get me some coffee. God damn. Okay, well, yeah.
All right. So
What is the advantages?
okay. So between Damn Jam's flying, the astrogation, and the sensor bounce, them trying to target us is like ships are going this way, ships are going that way. They're trying to figure out exactly where we are, and we basically take like I would say we use the pull of gravity to launch our make our jump into
Kind of like a slingshot effect?
yeah.
All right, that's good. Yeah, so they can't hit you. No. What ends up happening is they're gonna have a hell of a hard time hitting you. I'm actually going to use the dark side for this to upgrade their check. And here we go. So this is going to be from Grod's point of view, who is in the turret, who's probably watching these guys.
Finger on the trigger.
And the blast goes wide, like you just see the thick turbo lasers on these cruisers just flying right up past you. And yeah, you guys can punch it if you want.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
For the safety of paradise. Damn Jam, take us out with here.
All right, so Damn Jam, you just punch it, and the ship pulls into the hyperspace just with a pop. Pop! Meanwhile, behind, they are going to try to roll. Since you did it so hastily, it wasn't exactly like you guys covered your tracks. So they're going to try to track your systems.
That's the sensor bounce. Ooh.
Okay, they were actually able to do so. But the threat is that the sensor bounce has made it so crazy that it's going to take them some time to find out exactly where you went. But the bonus is, I was going to say that if they failed, they were just going to lay waste to the station until they found out where you were going. And since you didn't tell anybody, that would have been pretty difficult. But now they know where you're going.
So
They just have to find out how to do the Kessel Run in cruisers that are so slow that they don't get sucked into the black holes. So they're like, well, poodoo. All right. You guys have a long trip ahead of you. And for the sake of time, unless you guys wanted to talk inside the ship, we can jump to the piloting check for getting through the Kessel Run.
Okay. Before we start hitting it, as we're getting ready to approach, Vitar will pull, or Damn Jam will pull Vitar aside because he wanted to talk to him before this all went.
Yeah, I
And,
mean, it's going to be like 3 days before you even
Right.
get to the Kessel system, so...
So as here's probably meditating or doing whatever, and Grod's probably found a bottle that he stashed away somewhere in his cabin.
Grod, roll a perception for me against an average difficulty.
See if I can find a bottle.
That's not empty.
Oh,
Why do you hold on to the empty ones?
He's gonna pass this.
No, he isn't.
Oh my goodness. You fail at finding a full bottle, but you have a triumph. Why don't you tell me what the triumph is?
He's been storing away this. It's like top shelf that even Cooper couldn't get. He found it on the outer rim. It was made by some hermit, some kind of whiskey that it's super expensive. Not a lot of people know about it. He's been taking sips of it here and there. He stashed it in the gunnery compartment. So instead of climbing out of the gun turret, Grot just kind of stays up there and just takes a couple sips of this whiskey bottle that's kind of getting down a
All
little
right.
bit.
I would like you to roll me a discipline with a threat, with a setback, and roll it against 3 purple.
Ooh, that's some potent stuff.
Because that failure meant that you didn't find alcohol, but the triumph kind of mean that you did, so I'm having a little fun with the failure here.
Yeah, this.
Yeah,
How disciplined is Grod, baby?
not very.
Yeah.
I mean, he can take his alcohol. It's not like he's going to be incomprehensible. It's just, you know that when you get to that drunk point where you can't keep your mouth shut, this is what he's rolling, and he fails.
Oh,
And the threat,
yeah,
your threat, so now you're just in that mood where you're stressed out. I'm going to make you take all 3 strain. So click on your character,
Yeah.
and then click on the green circle and push +3. That'll add 3 strain to you. And you're just reflecting on the fact that the hunt is very much closer than it's been in a long time. And your failures is that you're just sitting up there in the turret looking at the glass and having constant flashbacks of your father and your grandfather being executed. All right.
Yo, real quick before Damn Jam and Vitar talk, like as I would assume you're like getting up to walk away, I'm gonna say, so where are we going? Because I assume I didn't get the message of where y'all just went. So I asked you as you went. So where are we going?
Damn Jam will look at her because he respects her for, you know, being the captain and everything that her has done for Damn Jam, and says, well, we're going to Kessel.
All right, so that leads me to my next question. Do I know about this whole attempted rescue / failed rescue. Okay,
Nope.
so I have no idea that any of that even occurs. I still believe status quo. Okay, I'll be like, all right, very well.
It might strike you odd that
they're.
It might strike you odd that they're going from running away from these hut guys to going to one of the probably most heavily defended Imperial sectors.
Well, yeah, and I'll
there.
also say it seems perhaps we can escape them because that's perhaps a treacherous route. So I guess that's fair. I'm sure Damn Jam can make the flight. I mean, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, Damn Jam should have no problem making the flight. I mean, it's not like there's a hole in the ship that's gonna, make the integrity really difficult when going through black holes.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
So
not at all.
it should be fine.
Yeah. So I just I just tuck back, do my meditation.
All right, awesome.
So has her left the bridge then, and headed off to his cabin?
Yeah, if I had private quarters, baby, I will. I assumed I just sat right in my seat and meditated.
Yeah, your private captain's quarters is actually right next to Damn Jam's, which the button is flashing red for an atmospheric pressure issue.
Yeah, well,
but
that
yours
sucks
is
for
right
him. I'm
next
going
to
to mine. Mine's still secure.
Yours still smells like that incense that you light that helps you meditate.
That's the dog chomp,
Yeah, not the stuff you get at the mall. This is the homemade stuff that you get at like arts festivals.
Homemade from India. That's where I get
Oh,
mine.
there you go. Yeah, made in
that's what's
India.
Well, like what's Kessel? I don't know. That's where spice comes from. Where's the
That's
India
true.
of Star Wars?
That is true. Yeah, there you go. So it's the India of Star Wars. Only its population is mostly slaves.
Mm-hmm.
They make good.
Slaves and prisoners.
They're like mining the spice and they're just dipping sticks in it. And they're like, Han Solo steals a box of incense. He's like, see you later, fuckers. And just runs off with it. All right. So, yeah, Damn Jam, he seems to buy that and walks off to his room. Maybe you've got a little bit of sweat forming under your fur.
This whole time, Grod's on the intercom, like crying and blubbering. Oh, you guys are the best. Oh.
Mute.
Only you
Wow.
Struck Grod. Everybody muted.
The only one who doesn't hear it, are you doing it over the PA?
Yep.
Oh, so it's
everybody.
echoing throughout the entire ship.
Yeah.
It's like dude music, except it's really sobby. It's like,
Now I have
I'm
good
glad that
reason
this
to
isn't
say-
like I'm glad this isn't like when I'm at a McDonald's drive-in or drive-through, and then all of a sudden I hear the music from the car next to me, but all I hear is "Love you guys." All right, so yeah, there's some weeping going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So as we're going through hyperspace, Damn Jam will turn around his seat and look to Vitar and say, we have found Her's daughter. We know where she is.
like, here's like, stop. He like flips on the.
Oh, don't worry, he's not at his computer now. It's okay, you guys.
No.
No,
I
no,
flip
no.
on a. I'm like, I want to blanket everything. Just so the conversations between me and Damn Jam. I'm like white noising the whole place. I'm like, huge static and everything coming from the cockpit. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so the PA is like, I love you guys so much. I just wanted like.
Make it Damn Jam's fault. He has a habit of cutting people off. Anyway, so yeah, like I'm like, did you see her?
No. The mission that Cooper sent me on while you guys went to Tatooine was to pick her up. The exchange, that back to tank that you guys dropped off, was the exchange for her. Unfortunately, the Empire didn't quite see it that way, so she's still on Kessel, right?
Oh yeah,
James?
she's just not in very good condition.
Right. She's on Kessel, right where we're heading right now. And she's not in very good condition. We've got a couple days to figure it out if we make it through the run.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to figure out a plan. Because you know if her finds out about this,
Yeah.
he's going to flip the hell out.
Right. Oh, gosh. Because I was just going to plan on Kessel being a slingshot and us bouncing somewhere else. But
Well, it can be. This can be between me and you, but you know if her ever finds out, there's going to be some
especially
issues.
if he finds out he was right there.
So we gotta make a decision. Are we just gonna get to Kessel, turn around and hightail it out of here to somewhere else, or are we gonna take care of business?
I don't know if there's a way we could wait.
I don't think there is. From what Cooper told me in the meeting, she's not in very good shape. She could, I would assume, the way he described it, that she could die at any moment.
Dang. Oh, crap.
Now, as a side note, the advantage is if she were to die on Kessel, well, no harm, no foul. Here thinks she's
Right.
dead anyway, right?
Right. But
yeah, but in the end, there's three of us that already know otherwise.
now the only people that know that her wife's pregnant is Cooper, her, and the
her-
wife. Right.
wife,
So we don't
right.
even know about that yet.
Yeah.
So
And Dam Jam and Viatar are the only people who know about,
and Cooper.
and Cooper, about the
Yep.
daughter.
So
All right.
I know this would mean a lot to her. I'm
Why-
willing to take a risk if you are,
Oh, yeah, that's
but we
yeah.
got
The
to.
sentimental people, those of you with family, I don't have no family anyway.
I don't have any
Oh.
family either, but I know it would mean the world to her.
Give me, is she on the spice mine?
As far as what we've found out, she's still there. The
She's on
exchange
the
was
spice-
supposed to be her off of Kessel, and they got the back to tank and whatever else they got out of the deal.
And
It
I'm
fell
going to pause
under-
you right there. And we're going to cut over to Grod, who realizes that no one's listening to him. There's static feedback. Apparently they can't hear you.
And he's gonna realize this, and he's gonna start to get up,
All right.
stumble down the ladder, probably, and make his way to. These two are probably talking like in the cockpit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
it's the
right
furthest.
underneath you.
Yeah, you're like, you stumble down the ladder as they're talking, and it's that weird uncomfortable where his hands are holding on the railing, but you hear that dun 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 because he's probably rammed his jaw or his knees on the ladder, and he tries to stand up like nothing happened.
And I
You
stumble
okay,
over
Grod?
to him. And I stumble over to him, and I give him some hugs, and I say, "Oh, you guys are the best. I love you."
And Dam Jam will pat him on the back. I love you too, buddy. I love you too.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Well,
Jam Jam here is going
heading
to try to
to,
break the Kessel Run.
The Kessel Run, yeah. Let's do a Kessel Run. And he's gonna stumble like into the back room somewhere, and kind of pass out.
All right, so you stumble into the living quarters, and there are 3 rooms here. There's one on the right with a flashing light that says air pressure, and then there's one in front of you, and then there's one to the left.
Well, he may be too drunk to even realize that it's flashing red light.
Oh, no, it's very... Do not open...
Because it's up there, kind of like moves him over to the couch, like here. So he like pops open a cabinet and like pulls out a bottle and it's like here.
So you got
So,
a room in front of you and a room to your left.
He's probably gonna pick, I don't know, whichever one's closest, probably.
The room in front of you, probably. Because
all right,
it kind
then
of
he's just
curves
gonna-
around, and they're all situated around the side of the ship.
And he's gonna stumble over to the one in front of him then.
Okay, and you open it. Here, you're over here meditating, and you can feel the force calming you and moving through you. You can actually feel it pulsating around the ship, even in hyperspace. And I don't know if it's the smell that hits you first, or if it's the noise of the door opening, but a very drunk Grod is standing in the doorway. You apparently chose the wrong room.
It don't matter. He's gonna stumble over there and say, "Her buddy, did I ever tell you I love you? Thanks, buddy. You really had my back then." And he's just gonna bend over and hug him, even though he's meditating.
And now I would like you to roll. Now I would like you to roll a resilience, and I want you to do so under 3 purple.
Oh my gosh, man!
Me?
Would there be any other
Getting
way?
hugged or
Dude,
No.
block that there.
Resilience. This is physical resilience.
He's gonna get more drunk. Yep, I have 1 green in this.
Please
Yeah,
don't you
3 purple.
don't you vomit on me, man.
The
Vomit on me, dog.
threat is that he vomits in the room.
Yeah.
Not on you. It's not like he's probably got his hand. He's doing that drunk thing where his hand is fully extended, his arm, and he just goes, "Ugh." And then he looks up at you. He's like, "Sorry," and passes out. And now we're gonna cut back to you guys having your conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically didn't move through the whole thing. I just kind of like.
You like
That was-
look
that
at
was
him and
about
then
it.
just continue meditating.
All right. Well, if she's on the spice mine, we could pull up some schematics and figure out a way to get in there. I just want to trap the SOBs behind us in the Imperial space. I don't think they'll be able to talk their way out of it, but
Maybe, but then we got to figure out where she is. We got to get through all this security.
mhm,
There's a lot at stake.
right.
Cooper's reputation's at stake, for sure. This is his ship. I mean, we're taking a big risk. I'm sure Cooper was already trying to get the bargain out, and it obviously failed.
Yeah.
But I suppose we've already put him at risk with Grod. So,
What's another enemy, right?
Well, we knew that enemy was floating around here somewhere. We didn't even realize he was coming up that fast. So the other, we could try. I don't know. Maybe settling the score for Grod on the other end. We could bounce from Kessel to Tatooine. And hey James, there's no other markings on this ship, right? It's basically painted black and
Oh, it's painted black, and remember it's got the marking of the supernova and the Cooper Industries logo on it.
we need to we're probably going to need to do a couple remodels on the
Yeah.
ship.
If it doesn't tear apart on the Kessel Run, that's what I'm worried about too. But we'll
Okay.
see what we do. Because then this conversation may be pointless anyway. But
Yeah, I need to get back and take care of the breach in your bedroom.
that's
Oh.
true.
So,
All right. So you guys are going to separate, and you're going to take care of the breach in the bedroom.
yeah. Well, I'll just think about it. Let's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to think about. We've got a couple more days to think about it.
Okay.
If you come up with anything, I'll see what I can figure out. But like I said, if we pass this up
Yeah.
and her finds out, I don't wanna know what he's gonna do to us.
Now,
Yeah,
if you
that's,
guys want to risk it, you could stop by a space station in between Kessel and Paradise. There's bound to be space stations right after the Kessel Run. Because
Right
most
after
people
the-
have to go all the way around. They can't go through. They have to go all the way around. And you could probably stop there and perform your repairs, because doing it in light speed is not going to be
Yeah,
practical.
we'll
There's
have
going to be
to-
radiation. There's going to be all sorts of...
And not the fact that if you slip out, you're gonna be shot off into oblivion.
And probably torn apart by all the magnetic forces.
Right. Well, that's what I meant by shot off into oblivion, basically.
Yeah. But the downfall is you can't stay there too long because you are being pursued.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, we could
so-
get some intel on what happened in Paradise too if we did stop off. So that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
okay,
Because
so
we
let's,
gotta figure out what.
so before anything else, I have R5 keep running a diagnostic on our whole breach there, and then I'm gonna run a check on Aston and see if we can drop out of hyperspace before entering the actual Kessel, and see if I can't get a space station or a way station that we can pop into for brief repairs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a well-known space station that you could stop at. It would just take an average difficulty piloting check to pull out of hyperspace ahead of time.
Okay.
And
Okay.
go to the space station.
Okay.
It's probably a good idea to get some certain individuals of the party cleaned up anyway.
All right. So average
Average piloting
piloting.
check. Oh, yeah.
Get a boost on that one? Oh, don't need
Oh.
me
No,
to
I don't
Boom.
need it
No.
because
Yeah, so you pull out just fine, and there's the space station in front of you. It's almost like, if I were to put it in relative terms, it's not a full-size space station. A lot of the ships have to park out in space, and then there's a little tunnel that connects to the docking hatch. It's more like those trucker diners that you see that are out in the middle of nowhere that have... It's a really nice diner. They make a lot of money. They serve really good food. They probably even have casino, like a tiny casino in it. But it's just a crap ton of semi-trucks out in the parking lot. You know what I mean? So it's a lot like that. This is a small establishment that is really well run. But...
Okay. So,
does it have a name?
Yeah, the name is Maz. M-A-apostrophe-S. And it has a picture of a Mon Calamari, an older Mon Calamari woman dressed with an apron, and she's just like, "Come to Maz."
So how long has it been? It's like same day, next day.
Next day, you've probably been going about 30 hours.
okay. Get Grod off the ship.
Grod's fine now. He's probably sober. He's just stinks.
Yeah. Well,
Over.
if
Yeah,
it's like one of those drive-through things, I'd give him a shower, get him cleaned up.
Well,
Find him another
and our
bottle.
don't forget our ship still reeks of Wookiee swamp ass. So and now Grod puke. So we need to clean it up.
I'm sure
And-
Here probably cleaned up his room.
You're damn
and-
right.
And there is a
Oh yeah,
head.
but the smell has just got to be still lingering in this.
I think it's just following Grod around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that too. So yeah, we're gonna pull in and get this ship fixed and see what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I get everybody else off. Myself and the R5, we're gonna get to working on the ship.
All right,
Figure-
absolutely.
Yep, and I hit the showers.
Yeah, so you're probably sitting there in the ship's head, just like with your head down and cold shower right on top of you. Or hot, whichever you prefer.
3 hours. That should give you guys enough time to track down information on Paradise.
So
Yeah.
this hologram appears on the screen as you guys approach, and it's like, "Welcome to Maz Diner. What can I do for you today?"
So we'd like to get a bit of repairs and clean up our ship. Get a hot meal.
Oh, repairs. Yes, well, we have a garage attached to our fine establishment. And while you're here in our establishment, you get 10% off everything if you get a repair at the garage.
Excellent. I'll take you up on that offer. Perhaps you
Yes.
can make it 15, Mars.
I do not... All of a sudden, the hologram kind of skips a little bit, and it's like, "I do not understand your inquiry."
Robots. Fair enough. Let us talk at the garage.
All right, so you guys swing around to the garage, and you just see, of all the hangars in the world, this thing just looks like a mess. And you pull inside the hangar. The shields, of course, lessen so that you can come in and reinforce themselves the moment that the ship's in, and you land. And that's when you see a Celestian come out of an office, cleaning a part with a rag. And he's like... As he's looking over there, Does anyone here speak Celestian?
I can use my translator.
You do also have somebody on the ship that definitely would be able to.
Dent.
Yeah.
Let's get Dent out here.
Oh, what did we do with Ben? He's been sitting back there with a bucket of bolts and been like.
Actually, he's been cleaning the engine room. Like, there's oil everywhere. Yeah, and he walks out.
Perfect butler.
You guys go fetch him and explain to him that there's somebody you need him to talk to, and he comes down and he has a conversation, and he's like, "Good Lord!" And he turns around and he walks back. Well, he says it should be a simple enough repair. It looks like the plating between the landing gear and the ship itself has been loosened and removed. He assumes he can have it fixed within the hour. That's the good news.
What's
Does he need
what's
any
the
help?
bad news? Yes, what's the bad news?
Bad news is he wants to charge 1,000 credits.
I think I can talk to him about that. Will you follow me over here, Dent?
Oh, of course.
All right, let's go handle this.
He moves over there with you.
All right. While they're doing that, Damn Jam's gonna try to get a communication to Paradise to see what the situation is there.
Long-range communications, you'd have to find a way to do it on the ship. Like, on the station.
Oh, on the station?
Yeah, because you're inside a
Okay.
hangar now, so you're not going to be able to transmit.
Well, Damn Jim's gonna find out where he can look for a place where he can get communications up and see what the situation is on Paradise.
All right, so you walk out of the garage. Do you take anybody with you?
Rod,
So I
are
go
you
with-
gonna come with me, or are you gonna get? Or you're getting cleaned up, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm taking a hit in the showers.
Okay.
Well,
Imagine if you wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could wait a little bit. I don't imagine he's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
going to take
I
a
can wait.
3-hour shower.
So-
Vitar's free
Alright.
to go because we've got a Celestin to do the job.
Well, hold on a minute. I could probably do it cheaper than he could do it.
You don't have
Yeah,
the
we just-
parts though.
Well, we can
Oh
pay for the
well,
parts.
I'm pointing around the dock. I'm like, I can get the parts right here.
As you wish.
He kind of overhears that, and he goes, "Oh,
Trying to steal his part.
our mechanic friend says, hell no, you don't come into a man's garage." Majority of it. He realizes he can't talk anymore, and just shakes his head and goes back onto the ship.
Thank you, Ben.
I look at Vitar and I'm like, is that quite enough? Can we get back
That's
to work
fine.
here?
I don't have the credit for it. So,
All right,
you
so
take-
Grod comes down the ramp with Damn Jam as you guys are discussing this. Grod, you are all cleaned up and good to go.
All right, I see the.
Before they take off, I hand Damn Jam a frequency scrambler that if he can find the right place to send it, it should scramble all the information between our location and Paradise. Hopefully disguising everything else so nobody knows where we're at.
And is that on your sheet?
It's one of those pull it out of my tool belt type kind of things, right?
Right, but I found out there's a mechanic for that.
Yeah,
I need you to roll a mechanics check against 2 purple.
Okay.
Otherwise, you don't have it.
Yeah, I think you can handle that.
And you can you can actually make it if you fail. You just sacrifice your toolkit.
Okay.
Oh.
I like that.
Of course. The advantages are, or you could just pass them on.
I'll just pass the advantages on. I'm just like, I pat him on the shoulder. I'm just going to keep an eye on him doing our repairs.
Yeah, you pull out your miracle stick and hand it to Damn Jam. And Dan Jam, you now have a frequency scrambler, so
Okay.
you can simply attach that with a simple computer's check, which is a 1 purple. You can attach it to their communications system.
Okay.
And you
I'll
and
go for it.
Grod leave the hangar. Grod, are you wearing sunglasses at all?
No, I wouldn't imagine.
All right, so you step out of the hangar and into this brightly lit casino, and it's just like ding-a-ling-ling-ling, ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling, and lots of noises as all these smugglers and freighter captains are gambling their money away, and you see sabacc tables. And then right in the middle of Dot's Diner and the casino, you see a full-service bar with beautiful Twi'lek women just wearing pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing.
It's here.
It looks like they're just walking around with pasties on and chaps.
And I say to Damn Jam, it's like, what are we here for?
We're trying to see what the situation on Paradise is.
Well, they might have a comm computer or something over there.
You point at the bar.
Yep. Point right to the bar you were just describing.
Grod, do you want to go visit the bar for a bit?
Well, it crossed my mind, but we really got to find this communications computer here.
Yeah. It's a good idea if we weren't in such a rush, but
Maybe we can ask over there where the communications computer is.
we could. All right, let's go head over there. We'll see what we can do. And
Yep.
Damn Jam will start heading that way.
So you're going up to somebody and you're saying, "Hi, do you have a long-range communications device that I can use? That'd be great."
No, we're gonna ask the bartender.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you're going to ask, though, is for a long-range communications device?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That'd be like going into a Denny's and being like, "Does anyone have a satellite phone?"
Pretty much.
Okay.
It's gonna be hilarious when they
I want
make
somebody to
this.
roll something, a charm, a negotiation, a persuade. How are you guys, or just role play it? You guys step up to the bartender, and it's this beautiful Twi'lek with pasties, and she turns, and she intentionally mushes her cleavage together, leans on her elbows, and she's like, "Hi, fellas, what can I get for you today?"
And
Damn Jam will look to
Focus, Grod,
Grod.
focus.
Grad's gonna just hold up like 2 fingers and then just tap them on the bar. Just like 2 shots.
What do you want?
And, whatever you got, your choice.
All right. She pulls out this green alcohol and dumps it into the shots, slides them over, and she goes, "We call this the Way of Alderaan. Do you know why?
Because it's from Alderaan.
Because it'll blow your mind." She laughs at her own joke.
Oh my god.
Hey, dude.
Too soon, baby. Too soon.
And Grad's gonna take a swig and he's gonna say, "Well, let's hope you're better at information than jokes."
Oh!
Oh no.
He's sober and he's covered with
Hey,
jokes.
Dim. Okay, so as Damn Jim's taking the shot, Grod says that, and he just goes apart because he can't believe he just said that.
Oh,
She looks very annoyed.
God.
And
Alright.
Damn Jim, after kind of he'll wipe his mouth and go, I apologize for my friend.
I want you to roll a charm Damn Jam, and I want you to do so with 2 setbacks. One for his comment, and one for you spitting all over her.
And the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be, I think it's 2 purple, 1 red because of her personality.
Oh, dear Lord.
We're screwed.
This, yeah, pretty much.
I'd say I'd give you a...
Boom!
Oh no.
There you go.
All right, so...
There you go, James.
So-
That's your moment.
Here and Viatar are in an argument with the Celestian that they can't understand. When all of a sudden these bouncers come up and toss Damn Jam and Grod back into the hangar, and they're like, "Get off this space station!"
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at the guys and I'm gonna be like, "So, you found the communicator, I assume?" And then I just
Well-
turn back to Vitar and I'm like, "Are you ready to get Dent back out here so we can negotiate for a cheaper price? Or do you guys have 1,000 credits? Because I don't quite have that much in my wallet right now."
Well, we didn't find the communicator. We found the bar, though.
I
And,
assume so.
It's like the worst bartender I've ever met.
I just imagine Dan Jam being like,
Yes, the whole time he's just going. All right,
Oh my goodness.
I've got the 1,000 credits to fix it.
Yeah.
But you guys are gonna owe me.
Well, I'll pitch in.
Yes, I can.
All
I can
right.
put a little
Yeah.
bit in too, because we're.
Yeah,
I'll
we're-
give, like,
Vitar, go get Dent and turn his voice back on. Jeez.
Dent is just
We
standing
need
at the
him.
ship waiting for you.
Yeah.
Dan,
He
Yeah.
gets up and he walks over.
I got another voice modulator for you.
If droids could narrow their eyes, I'm sure he would.
I flipped the switch. Here.
You flip the switch and he's like, and I find it incredibly rude. I had lots to say. You don't even oh. You can hear me now, can't you?
Welcome back, Dan.
I'll say I'm.
What
I'm
our
sorry.
Celestian friend said is that he happens to have a long-range communications device here in the garage for ordering parts, but it will cost you another 1,000 credits.
What the heck?
I'm like, mm-hmm. All right.
Man. I look at my dudes and I'm like, do we have anything that we can trade with this guy? Perhaps information or anything? I'm coming up short.
He goes, and he points at Dent, and Dent's like, what? Me?
I shake my head. I'm
No,
like,
no, no,
that
no,
droid's
no,
not
no,
quite
no.
something that we're allowed to part with at this time.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Oh, thank you, Master here.
How many credits do you and Damn Jam go? Okay, how much credits do you guys all have? As he's just sitting there going like this, going, oh jeez.
Perhaps it's not quite as important as getting out of here to get the
Well-
communication. Let's just get the repairs and get the hell out of here.
But as Damn Jam, as her says that, he goes, aren't you worried about your wife?
Of course I am, but
Well-
the important thing is getting Grod out of there to minimize the threat to just
Yeah, but they still might have raised the place.
well, what even if we were to return now, what could we do? I mean, we
It's not a matter of returning there here.
He says, let me go get my receipt book while you check. And he turns around and starts walking towards his office.
So, Vitar is, he's looking around, and he's scanning for parts, running, going, as the guy, you said a Celestian, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm checking, I'm like,
While you're
yeah.
looking around, you hear a female's voice behind you saying, you're trying to contact your wife? And does
So,
everybody turn to look?
yeah, for sure. No
And you
doubt.
all see a Twi'lek wiping her face off with a towel. She still looks kind of annoyed, but she's standing there. Here, this is the first time you at Viatar see her. She's got pasties on, and she's wearing some assless chaps.
Okay. What color is she?
She is red.
Okay. Does she have any kind of stripes or anything?
Yeah, she's got a lot of stripes on her Leiku that kind of go over her eyes and then turn into spots as they go down towards her neck.
Oh, that's badass. Okay. All right.
You're like, wife who?
Yeah.
No.
I'll turn around. No, that's just cool, man. I'll turn around and I'll say, yes. I was just trying to call after my wife.
Is
I
that
think
why
that's-
you were looking for the communications device?
Yes, my friends here were going to secure the device so we could check on them, but
Is she the same bartender? Or is
Yes.
she
I assume-
different?
She's wiping
I-
herself off with the
I
towel.
presume they made themselves friendly in their normal way, and that's why they got kicked out immediately.
She walks up towards you guys and she's like, look, this asshole, he'll repair his ship just fine, but I wouldn't use any of his equipment. It's built out of scrap. Listen, there's a maintenance room over here I can let you use. It's how we radio for our shipments. It's kind of an ordering room.
Roger that.
And then she motions for the three of you towards the room. She goes, I have a soft spot for people trying to get a hold of their wives.
So I'll say thank you very much for your kindness, and I will go with her.
No, she
Or I'll go
motions
with-
for you three. Like, she motions to the...
Oh, I'm headed right over there, baby. I'll get this
Yeah,
call
damn
off if we
Jack.
can.
Damn Jam will follow. Still just kind of. Oh my god.
Grod, what do you do?
I would imagine, yeah, I follow too, and
She grabs your arm and stops you, and gives you a glare, and then brings you in for a fierce kiss, and then pushes you away and is like, no one's ever talked to me that way. And then just turns around and storms off and stops at the doorway, making sure that you're looking at her ass, smirks, and then continues on into the bar.
and I say, fellas, we got to come back here. I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going, but we're coming back.
And Damn Jim will be still going, all right, duly noted, and heading towards
Actually, the funny thing is no one saw that happen. So Grod's like, hey, get! Damn it!
Oh, you poor bastard.
That's all right.
All along your
Hey,
dreams.
in his mind, he's a big deal to himself.
Viatar,
Hot member.
the Celestian comes back. And he walks up to you and he's like, and he's got the receipt book and he says, so what'll it be? 1,000 credits for the repair? 1,000 credits for the communications?
Because like no, we're just $1,000 for the repair.
He kind of narrows his eyes and he's like, and he motions off and starts gathering his tools. And he has one of the tools that you need, which is an arc clamp. And he looks up and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, sir, can I repeat what he said?
Yeah, Dan, go ahead.
You effing moron. The maintenance hatch was open, that's all. Apparently somebody climbed in the wheel well, or the landing gear well, and opened the maintenance hatch inside the ship, and apparently nobody closed it before we took off.
Enough. Just repair the outside. We've got the maintenance hatch inside.
He's looking at the outside ship like... There's nothing wrong with the ship, sir. It's just that the pressure is...
Close the hatch.
just close the fucking
You're just gonna close the hatch, sir.
We just paid 1,000 credits to get this man to close.
No, he didn't take your money yet. He did not take your money yet.
He hasn't taken the money yet.
No, he went over there to look at the work and was like, you imbeciles.
We are the worst goddamn crew around.
Yeah, man, y'all are like keeping secrets from Dad, man. Y'all are telling me all this shit you're fucking up on my shit, man. Cooper's gonna be mad as hell, man.
Dent opens up the room that was Damn Jam's room. First off, there's nothing in it. There's not even a mattress anymore. Everything's gone. And he goes over to the panel and he picks it up and goes, pops it into place and twists his latches as they suction down. And Dent kind of comes down and is like, why was that open in the first place?
It was a little stuffy in there. Did you smell that?
He's like, so I have no olfactory... Oh, right. And he kind of turns around and goes back up. The Celestian walks up to you, Grod, and he's like, points to the Twi'lek.
Does Dent interpret?
If you call him over, he's just kind of standing by the ship right now.
I'm gonna say, Dent, what's he saying? Why is he pointing to that girl?
He walks up. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. And he's like, it appears he would like to sell you her communications information for 200 credits.
150 got a deal.
He nods.
All right.
Writes a
Forks over
receipt.
150.
And he pulls out a business card, kind of like plastic card, just a small thing. It's like a little information he has, and he hands it to you. And it's like, you've been serviced by blank, and it's her name, but you see in pen her communications information was written down on it.
It's probably fake, but Grod don't care.
Yeah. So I I look over at the Celestian and I'm like, could we get I need a new logo on the side of the ship.
He looks at you and he's like,
Don't have
shakes
any
his
paint?
head.
Okay.
He starts talking, and then Dent's like, he says he's pretty sure, what? He's pretty sure the price is out of your league. And judging by the fact that you can't even close a hatch, the technology would be wasted on you, idiot. Again, not my words. His. The Celestian just walks off towards his office. Meanwhile, you guys get into the maintenance terminal there, and there's a fat guy sitting there eating like a space donut, you know, the equivalent, some pastry that they have here at the diner, and he's like, can I help you?
Yeah, I'll say, here's 5 credits. Go get another town up.
Well, they cost 10, sir.
Here's 20.
I lied, they cost 5, but thank you. And he walks off with his 20 credits.
That dude's a hustler, man. What can I say? I got a straight hustle, man.
Yeah, there's the communications device all ready to rock.
I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna damn Jam, you have the encrypted.
Yeah, I have the frequency scrambler. Yes.
Sweet. Let's get that set up, and then we'll try to contact Cooper because we need to get some orders.
All right. So that's computers check.
Yeah, computers average.
Okay.
So
and I get 3 boosts, right?
Huh? Yeah, actually I forgot about that. That reminder to you, that is just so that you can encrypt it. You can of course send the communications, but this is so that you can encrypt it.
Yeah, this is just for encryption, correct?
Right.
Okay.
So we're in like a room, right?
Yeah, you guys are in a small maintenance room.
I'm gonna be like at the door, like looking out.
You guys see Grod
Twi'lek
approach, and he's got black lipstick on his lips.
Fashion strange on the station, I see.
Nothing
One more
strange on the
purple.
station.
Nice check, dude. Damn.
Roll one more purple.
Okay. Yeah,
Not that it will matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
Let me reset
Advantages,
this.
maybe.
Oh, okay, so 2 successes, 2 advantage. You can use the advantage to relieve a strain. You can use the advantage to hang on to and give somebody a bonus
I'm gonna hang on
die.
to the boost because I don't have any strain. So
Perfect. It's a little staticky, but you definitely make connection. And do you contact Cooper directly?
Yeah,
Or
that's
do you-
mine. That's the intent.
Okay.
I feel like that's the best use of our time here.
The secretary's answers the phone, and she's like, "Here! Where the blazes are you? Cooper's not here right now. He's very busy. There's a panic.
Is the station all right?
The station's fine. The cruisers followed you."
Excellent. Let him know we're safe, and we'll check in as soon as we can.
He's
Jam.
really upset.
Grod.
He feels that the location of Paradise is now compromised. It's not exactly something you can move.
Yes, we need to eliminate these enemies before they can spread the information. But we're
All of a
not
sudden, a
capable
kind of
long-term.
staticky screen goes across, and she's like, "I'm sorry, here, what was that? I can't hear you."
We'll attempt to prohibit the information from leaking, but I can't make any guarantees.
All right, well, I'll let your wife know you're okay. She's been frightfully upset.
Thank you.
And she's like, "Is Grod okay?"
I smirk and I kind of look back at his ass over there in the doorway, and I'm like, he's all right.
Good.
He's fine.
Tell him our date can resume when he gets back. And then she cuts communications.
I look at Damn Jam and I'm like, man, this slide devil.
Meanwhile, there's a Twi'lek at the bar who catches Grod's eye in the maintenance room looking out one of the viewport windows. And she's like eating an olive off of a toothpick playfully.
well, you know, Grod, he always gets all the women.
Yes, I feel like we're really doing our friend a disservice by getting out of here so quickly, but we've got to go.
And then all of a sudden,
Exactly.
a gentleman runs into the diner and he's like, "Oh my god, everyone, get to your ships! Get to your ships!"
And I'll turn to Damn Jam and I'll be like, it appears they've made it here. Let's get to work.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, so as you guys are running in there, you see everybody's panicking. All the staff is trying to keep everybody calm. They're running past people. The Celestian hears it, and he shuts the garage door and then starts hunkering down his stuff. And the bartender's like, oh my god. And this is the same one that kissed Grod. She runs around to a viewport, and she's looking out the viewport, and she's like, look.
I'm going to get on the comm link I got with Viatar, because he's back at the ship, right?
Yeah, I mean, the hangar and the maintenance room are not too far. You could probably just shout at him.
I'm going to say, what do the ship's sensors read?
Everything that we left behind is now follow this.
They will not be able to read anything because you are inside a garage.
Using my telepathic system.
Yeah.
As Damn Jam's running to the ship, he's going to look out as she says that he's going to look to see if he can see what she sees from as he's running.
And here's where we will present our tide change.
Ah.
Because it is the end of session. Damn Jam. Why don't you tell me what you see?
As Dan Jam comes running, he looks and sees, and she says, "Oh my god!" She said, "Oh my god, we notice." Oh, let me think. A Imperial Star Destroyer. One of the not like the huge one, but one of the. You know, the ones like you see in the movies. The
typical... Victory class, the standard one.
Yeah.
All right.
And as it's pulling in, you could see the TIE fighters starting to come out and peel off. And
TIE fighters deploy. Oh Jesus, that's gonna be so funny because it's gonna be like watching a bunch of chickens fleeing a chicken coop and then a bunch of dogs chasing after him, and it's just gonna be a mess. and you could tell I live on a farm because my analogies are always chickens. Here, what do you notice when you look out the window?
Okay, so I think what I would like to see is the 3 cruisers that were chasing us, and I don't want to just go ball it out like that, but I think it would be really flavorful to have our escape have caused some type of damage to the ship, where like her exasperation wasn't just at seeing the ship, but like something's wrong with the ships, or maybe something's going on, like they're just automatically launching like a bunch of fighters or something.
Okay.
Maybe they have a big laser gun or something firing up. I don't know.
Yeah, so what we'll say is they come in and they broadside the station and start bombarding it.
They just come in firing. Okay, damn. I like that though. I mean,
dang, that's gonna ruin it for Grod though. I mean,
hey, we can grab that lady, put her on our ship, and run, dog.
That's gonna be funny when you get back to paradise and the secretary's like, "How about that date?" And Grod's like, "Ignore the lady with pasties." All right, so
gonna be 2-timing.
And
Viatar. Yeah, and assless chaps. I'm sure you guys have some clothes.
Yeah. She's with Viatar.
No, we have no
all
clothes.
All of a sudden, here's like, oh, here, use my robe. And he just pulls it off in his like 18 pack and his huge muscles. He's like, I hope you enjoy the sights. She's like, Grod who? No, all right. Grod or Viatar, what is your tide change?
Okay, so the actual cruisers that followed us, before they pulled into the station, they actually got a little too close to the black holes, and so like the
well, you guys haven't hit the black holes yet. This is right before the Kessel Run.
All right. Well, then we have Cooper shows up in his private ship.
Oh, I like that.
Damn, you always come up with a good flavor, man.
Yeah. Why did he show up?
Well, he number one, he checked out, and number two, he wanted. He doesn't. We're like highly valuable assets. He maybe actually maybe he's here for a certain individuals.
Yeah, no, I don't hear nothing. I don't hear anything. Or maybe he's here to yell at your ass about leaving the maintenance hatch open.
You fool! What the hell are you? But
Okay.
Either way, that when he shows up, it's a fairly large vessel. It's nothing we've ever seen near the space station or anything. So
Yeah, I think I actually sent you guys a picture of his private, like a card in the group of his private ship, the CSS-1, the Corellian Star. Yep. All right, Grod.
Since he just took mine,
I'm sorry, I tried to get him to take you first.
let's how about we see like a rebel ship of the line?
Oh, like rebel ships start.
Yeah,
Maybe a frigate or.
yeah, like a frigate.
I like that one. These are all freaking good.
Yeah, let's get the rebels involved here somehow.
You just want to make it as messy as possible, man. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Why do I have a feeling that this is turning out to be like Rat Race? Like just 8 different people running for the same goal. All right, well, thank you all for joining our first episode of Ashes to Ashes. Be sure to head to the page on our Facebook group and vote for the Tides Change. Let's get those in act. And as always, we're going to start doing our channel plugs right now, and make sure that you go to these people's channels, show your support, like, subscribe, favorite, do whatever you got to do to keep showing support to these players. And first we're going to turn it over to Thomas.
Don't really have a channel, but everybody check out the games on the Tides of Change Facebook page there, and had a blast. Thank you guys. Thank you, James, for running it. Yeah, good time.
All right, and Chris.
Yes, you can watch my channel, Slacker Z. It's we do a lot of games. I've got currently right now I've got a game tomorrow night, the Search for Zara Part 2. That'll be happening tomorrow night. So if future, it'll already be up by the time you guys get to watch this video. Also on the alternating Sundays when we're not doing this, I've got a Force and Destiny mini saga I got going on called Fly from the Inside. I've got 3 new players that are playing. Really good players, awesome players. So that's on the alternating Sundays. And I'm sure I'll have some more stuff. Oh, the Corcella saga also I will have running up here soon. So I've got all those games going. So you can see me GM those games. And plus you can watch the GM's Dice where I play with Sean on his At the Edge of the Empire. So you can see me play there also.
Excellent. All right, Nathan.
All right. I don't currently have a channel. I am involved in quite a few games. Played a lot with Chris. Yeah, there's the. I just second Thomas there. There's a lot of good games to watch on the Tides of Change, and over Archie.
Archie.
Yeah, man. So, man, first off, I just have to thank, man, y'all are goats. James, man, this game is so legit. It's top tier. I'm so blessed to be involved in it. I'm just very thankful for all the work you put in. Thank you for that. Number one, above and beyond. But I mean, I feel like I should try to pick somebody to give props to, but everybody rolls so baller. I just think we should just, as a team, just say, man, good job, man. We almost made our GM quit because we were rolling too damn well. Like that's a thing in and of itself that occurred. So you can check out my channel. It's Archie Duelist. I play basically just video games on there sometimes. RPG recap videos. I don't have any games or anything. I just talk about characters and nonsense. So you can check that out. Archie Duelist. Hit me up on any of the social networks. And definitely if you want to get involved in games that are freaking awesome like this, hit up that Tides of Change. Everybody's saying it, but seriously, y'all probably already know if you're watching it, but check it out. It's the bomb. It's your boy Arch signing out. Thanks, everybody.
This is Jarl of Goats. Thank you very much for stopping by my channel, and you'll definitely see links to some of the other guys' channels in this video so that we can pass the love. Please remember to subscribe and like. These guys work very hard to bring you high-quality content, high-quality gaming, and this game, despite all the prep work, it would be nothing without the players. It was a great game. I love all of the successes. I love the fact that no one remembered to close the hatch after the little spider thing came out of it and then decided to go into space. That was my favorite part. But I wanted to thank all my players, and next time, we'll be back in 2 weeks to do this. I do understand that we might be a player short, so we'll have to see how that schedule goes. And thank you, Archie, for joining us, even if it was late, considering you had to move and had to deal with all that. So that's dedication. All right. Well, this is Jarl of Goats signing out, and you all have a good day, and may the Force be with you.